I think it is very, very important for you to realize you need to figure out what you offer people in your videos. So you need your own voice. If you try to copy my videos where you switch to black and white and chop it up and do jump cuts and try to be funny while you're not, that kind of stuff, people are gonna see that and immediately say, you're trying to do what he's doing. Why am I going to watch a duplicate? I want to watch what you are going to offer me. What are you offering me? What makes your voice unique? What makes your style unique? I did not have a voice. I did not have a style. I started out trying to make videos just like everybody else and failed miserably. It wasn't until I just started kind of being myself in front of the camera and just showed my experiences. You want to be vulnerable in front of the camera. You do not want to, when you think about like being vulnerable, think about like Batman, right? Everyone roots for Batman and everyone loves Batman because he is a flawed character. He is vulnerable. He had a dark past and he's trying to get back from it. Not as many people find Superman as interesting because his storyline gets kind of boring. He's not vulnerable really. I mean, he is to some extent, but for the most part, you're going, all right, so dude can fly, he gets his power from the sun, he has eye rays, blah, 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 like, why am I interested in watching a dude just win everything, right? There are a lot of times, I set out today to make an awesome PR video for my birthday, and I didn't get a PR. These things just happen. I'm going to end up showing that to you guys and sharing that with you guys because very much like you guys, I have good days, I have bad days. I have really high highs and really low lows, but you guys are along for the ride. And I guess that is why you guys are staying here. I try to keep the content kind of broad. So I hit powerlifters, I hit strongmen, I hit regular gym goers. I try to touch upon bodybuilding. That's why you'll see a video about how to get bigger arms or how to get shredded abs along with how to circus dumbbell press or how to log clean and press, plus how to deadlift, how to ways to break through bench plateaus. I try to broaden my audience enough so that I will touch more people and that leads to more subscribers, which leads to more views, which leads to more ad revenue. Plus, I kind of think about the things that I want to see videos about, and they're kind of eclectic, they're kind of all over the place. I do not like watching nothing but strictly strongman stuff. That gets boring to me. I certainly don't like watching powerlifting because there's only so much of the 3 lifts that I can watch. I don't like watching bodybuilding, and I don't want to offend anyone, so I'm not going to get involved in why I don't like watching people make videos about their bodybuilding lifts. But all that to say, I think it's very important to know who your audience is. For me, I know that some people are going to be everywhere from 12-year-old young men who want to get bigger and stronger and build big muscles, all the way to 50 or 60-year-old men and women who are trying to stay in shape. So I try to make it pertinent enough for everybody, and as many of you know, I choose not to swear in my videos. Does that mean that I never swear in life? No, everybody swears in life. If you hit your head on something, I guarantee you something comes out of your mouth that maybe you didn't want to say in front of your children. However, if I can control that, I control the type of individual that I'm going to be able to touch. No one is going to show their 10-year-old son a video about a guy who is dropping the F-bomb every other word. That is not pertinent. That is not a good role model for that 10-year-old kid, for the parent to show that to their son. And again, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that there is anything wrong with swearing or cursing or anyone who chooses to do that on their channel. I'm just saying that I want to try to attract as many people as possible. So in order to do that, I find that, yeah, I could get a lot more like 14, 15, 6-year-old teenage boys by dropping a bunch of F-bombs and making stupid jokes, but that's not really me. I'm a 37-year-old man. If you meet me in real life, this is what you get, unless I'm having a bad day, at which time I'm pretty much the same, just quieter. So with that in mind, I think it is important to know your audience and who you're trying to reach. Now, I will say that if you're gonna talk about strongman, you better be able to either compete in strongman or do really well with strongman movements. No one wants to learn from someone who does not look like they can back up their words. There are some amazing coaches out there who do not look like they lift. However, if you go back to when you were learning how to lift weights and you were a 6-year-old kid, would you go up to the guy in the gym who didn't look like he lifted and be like, hey buddy, why don't you tell me how to squat 700 pounds? Or would you rather go up to the guy who is jacked and looks the way that you want to look and can back up his words? If he's talking about squatting 700 pounds, better be able to squat 700 pounds. Wouldn't you go up to that guy? YouTube is no different. You are just taking that same small gym experience and spreading it across the world. If you're gonna talk the talk, you have to be able to walk the walk. That is not necessarily true in the rest of the world. Like I said, there are plenty of coaches out there who look like they do not lift. However, most of them are not doing very well on YouTube. And if you plan on doing well on YouTube, you better be able to back up your words. Now, when you are coming up with content like I've been talking about, consider your audience. But think about yourself. You are the one that's gonna be spending 36 hours putting out 3 videos a week. It better be something that you are interested in, something you're passionate about. Otherwise, that's gonna become a job really fast. It's not gonna be fun, it's gonna become a job. And a lot of people have a lot of opinions and a lot of ideas for about 4 months, right? If you're putting out 3 videos a week for 4 months, that is a good amount of time. Now, you had your entire life to come up with 4 months worth of ideas. After that, it gets a little tough. You're always going to be trying to repackage something or relook at something or try to figure out a new way to teach different things to different people or a different audience, or try to just be entertaining in a new kind of way doing the same thing. If you look at Alan Thrall, Omar Isuf, Dave Tate, they're all saying the same thing. The only difference is they each have their own individual voice. Why are they all saying the same thing? Because there's very few things that actually work, and they are not complicated. If you do deadlifts, you will get bigger and stronger. How do you repackage that statement 100 times? The reason why all those guys are so successful, you look at Mark Bell's Super Training channel. He talks about the same thing, the same 3 lifts, pretty much every single training video that is involved. How does he make it interesting? With his voice, with being creative, with being funny, with figuring out new ways to teach something, or bringing in a new interesting person and teaching it to them. Mark has been teaching the same stuff for a very long time. And the reason why he's teaching the same stuff and not jumping to the newest, latest fad is because the newest, latest fad doesn't really work. The same stuff has worked literally since the beginning when someone picked up something heavy. The same exact stuff worked then as it works now, and it's gonna be working 50 years from now. How Mark repackages it is a thing of genius. It's absolutely amazing. All those top YouTubers that I just spoke about do the exact same thing. There is a funny joke amongst content creators where somebody says, man, how do you come up with new ideas so often? How do you do that? And the answer is, it's not. It's the same video. It's the same exact video. I've just done it 10,000 different ways. And there's a lot of truth in that. I know this sounds super simplistic, but if you think about it in movie terms, virtually every single movie that you've ever watched or that you have ever liked falls into one of 3 stories. It is like boy meets girl, boy loses girl, boy gets girl back, they live happily ever after. You could probably name 30 movies right off the top of your head that have that exact plot line, but they're not the same movie. That's the same exact thing that you need to be able to do with your YouTube videos. You need to consider your audience. You need to try to come up with creative content that's original and just new. You need your own voice. Do not try to copy somebody else's thing. Everyone is just going to see that and say, you are a counterfeit. I'm not interested in the counterfeit. I am not going to follow you. Do your own thing. Figure it out. Take the time, make a bunch of mistakes, put out videos that you do not like, put out videos that you do like, that everyone else doesn't like. The videos that I like the most on my channel that I have produced and put out are probably the most disliked videos out there. Could I tell you why? I don't know. I put out stuff that I liked, that I wanted to see. There are other things that I'm like, man, this video, I shouldn't even put this one out. And those videos do awesome. You are a fickle group, internet, and I have not figured you out yet. Wow, I ended up talking a lot longer than I expected to, so if you guys are still with me, thank you so much. If you guys did enjoy this video, do me a favor, go ahead, leave in the comment section down below some questions, more specifically, because I'd like to make a part 2 of this video dealing with the actual questions you guys might have about starting your own channels, or how YouTube works, or just business, gym business in general. Let's try to make this next Q&A for May more business and YouTube related, that would be really, really awesome. I would like to talk to you guys more about this, but I would like to know more about what specifics you guys want to know. As always, guys, I do thank you so much for watching and all the support that you guys have done. Like I said, guys, I do not make my money through these videos. However, all of my revenue essentially comes through personalized programs, or selling of t-shirts, or selling of online personal training. So if you guys are interested in that, just email me at neversate@gmail.com, because if you guys like getting these videos, that is how they are supported. That's how I continue to do this, is through those other services. Plus you guys get some great programming, hopefully, and some cool merch. So if you guys are interested in that, just email me and we will continue to push through that. I thank you guys so much for the support. I would tell you that you're gonna see me later in the weekend, but probably not, because my birthday is Friday. I turn 37 years old. That is getting ridiculously close to 40. I have a lot of stuff I wanna do with my life before I hit 40. However, making another YouTube video on my birthday weekend probably isn't part of that plan. So whenever I do see you guys, go out, do something amazing, realize, keep working hard, people. Be nice to each other. I thank you guys so much for everything, all your support, everything you do. I will catch you next time.